Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are very privileged and lucky to be in Bob and Anne's house, in this beautiful house in the middle of Northumberland.
Hi, we're in one of the polytons today. Alex has asked me to harvest some kale for him. Kale is a very nice tasting vegetable. It's even nice eating it raw. That's just absolutely full of taste. The goodness in there is amazing. We've got different types of kale. In here we've got two types. We've got a sort of purple grown and we've got normal sort of green. We also grow something called red Russian kale as well. It's a sort of staple in terms of a winter crop. So you can see how the crops, we've harvested all the way up there. So we harvest from below and it's just a case of you just snap it off and put it in there. I mean, that's just beautiful. That looks beautiful, tastes beautiful, and these are the sort of things that Alex really likes. Vegetables that are full of flavour, fresh as can be, and you know, it just looks good. And with Alex's skill, I'm sure he'll turn this into a wonderful dish.
This is our horseradish bed. It's been taken over, there's a lot of couch grass in here, which is a big problem, creeping thistle, but in general there's good horseradish in here. Let's dive in and see what we can get out the ground here. So they've got really long roots, horseradish. It's quite hard not to snap them off. And they like to spread out as well. So cutting around with a spade make it easier. So that is a nice bit of horseradish, nice and thick around there. Delicious. And we'll wash that and send it off to Alex.
We will be cooking squid from the North Sea, and we will be cooking on this beautiful, beautiful stove here, the old-time stove, and the kitchen is absolutely perfect for this. My wife loves squid. It's a simple little fry-up you can do at home. We're gonna make it a bit more healthy, a bit more fresh, and a bit more wintry during this time end of the year. Very, very, very simple. Anyone can do this at home. We are basically gonna cook the squid quickly in a little bit of butter, finish off with a little bit of horseradish that we got from the farm this morning, stir it up with a bit of kale and the spring cabbage together. Lemon, wild garlic capers, which is very interesting. So what we did, when the flour is gone, you pick the actual little bud and then you salt them and you put them into vinegar for like 1 year. It's something you can make at home, very, very simple. Little pops and small little bites of just fresh garlic and some pistachios. Nuts goes very, very well together with squid. Okay, so let's start. We're gonna start with peeling the horseradish, and this horseradish is really, really, really strong. Like, it will set your head on fire. But horseradish is such a beautiful little thing. Like, you don't want much of it, but it just works really, really well in this kind of dishes where you finish it off with a little bit of butter, lemon zest. So when you eat through the dish, you will just have small little bites of the horseradish. We got our beautiful spring cabbage. Got the horseradish, cabbage. Just like, if I was just getting it into irregular pieces, there's no like way of doing it. It's literally up to how you want to do it. At home, like, you just cut it down. Take that stem off because it makes it a bit easier to cook, and the stem takes a bit longer in the pan. And like when we run the restaurant, we will take the stems and we will juice it up, and then we will cook the cabbage in the juice that we made out of the stem. At home, you wouldn't do that. Neither would I. Just chop it up a bit gently. So like I said, this is more like a quick stir fry, but not like an Asian version of the stir fry. It's a green stir fry from our farm. Same with the kale, just break it down into nice irregular pieces. Put it all together. And this dish is all about fast cooking and all high seasoning. So make sure your pan is really nice and hot. Keep that on the stove. Butter is straight into the pan. You don't want too much crazy amount of butter because you don't want the dish to feel greasy. Kale and cabbage seems to like they soak up the fat really quickly. So when you eat the dish, it gets super fatty and you can't eat too much of it. But then we got the lemon and the capers to like help out to then freshen the whole dish up. What we will do, we will start cooking the squid. We wait till butter gets nice and brown. And I like to cook the squid whole because that makes the squid overcook less quick. You know when sometimes you get overcooked squid, it's a bit dry, it's a bit chewy. We want to avoid this. We want it as juicy as possible. Season the squid, salt, pepper. Just a little bit of pepper, not much. And there again, you go back to like salt and pepper squid. Just a little bit, just to give that seasoning. The key with the butter, get it as hot as possible. And then you just want to leave the squid in for a couple of minutes on each side. You don't at all want to take it. Listen, the butter stopped making a sound, which means the butter is ready. Put it in. And then just sit there. Don't thinking about start moving around, tossing it around. Just let it relax and sit in the pan. Kale and cabbage goes in. And I like to do is to put it around the squid. And then at the end we toss it all up together. There we go. Tiny bit of salt on the cabbage and kale. Like this. And this is one of the most simple, probably one of the most healthier dishes you can do at home. It's perfect for a little Sunday snack. Afternoon when you invite your friends and you don't really want to do anything too crazy. People can go and pick on it. It's green, it's healthy, and it's bang on in season. Like right now in the winter, colder months, the squid is absolutely beautiful. You go to your local fishmonger, you can get him to clean it for you, you can get him to wash it. You have no work at all to do with it. You can just take it home and cook it. So it's like, don't move it too much. What you want to make sure is it gets cooked all the way through. Nice, beautiful color. Keep it going. It looks good. This piece here is going to be cooked a little bit quicker than the big one. It would make sense. Move it around, you can see your kale and your greens are wilted down. You can get the squid more on the side. You can rest this small on top of the kale. And there we go. The squid is cooked. And then, like I said, it's all about just finishing the dish on the actual plate. So, one pan dish, bit of kale, squid. So basically then it's all about the strong seasonings. We taste the kale and the cabbage, making sure it's nice and seasoned. Yeah. and we get it on. I like to keep the squid in the pan as long as possible because then it just keeps it warm. The kale and the cabbage don't have to be super warm. It's a little accompaniment for the dish. Like this, make it nice and beautiful. Then we want to season the greens. So we have our little garlic, capers. Like I said, we preserve them in the summer, end of summer to just leave it in the vinegar, and it's basically just taking away that caper element from like the normal salted capers. Pistachio nuts work very well with any kind of seafood, and then a little bit of this super strong horseradish. Just want a tiny bit, not too crazy. Lemon zest. It's just freshen this all up. Like this. And then cheese. We got some really good local cow cheese. This is called Doddington, so it's a hard, quite aged little cheese. You can obviously use Parmesan. Parmesan, any other cheese, Chevre, any cheese that you like a bit more. Then we got our squid. And it's nicely cooked. And what you do now is just gently slice it up. Like this. And I think maybe we just go pieces everywhere. We work as a little starter. And this piece here you save for the chef snacks. And just to top it all off, we top it up with some more of this garnish. Is to make, so when you get each bite, you get together with the squid, a tiny bit more cheese. And a couple of more capers. Skip the horseradish, like I said, when you grow your own horseradish, it's really strong. So you want to have not too crazy amount of it. And there you have it. Squid, winter vegetables. And should I try it, should I?
I think so.
Normally we do with the hands, don't we? Very nice.